We finally have published my book, The Divine Love. This book, Divine Love, is a path to love beyond duality. So although it is a book of love, but the love that it is pointed to here, it is the love that is always here. When we really quiet down, when we really stop engaging from all activities, then we have the opportunity to redirect our attention much further, deeper, beyond the nature of duality. We have here a beautiful quote from Anandamayi Ma, and I do want to share with all of you that this book has been blessed by Anandamayi Ma herself. She has been along the way, overlightening me through her immense heart and love. And yes, she has been along all the way through. So I wanted to dedicate the first quote by using one of her beautiful quotes here. One of God's name is love. He himself resides within all, at every moment, everywhere. Anandamayi Ma. This book is dedicated to all beings who are willing to be honest, to transcend any limitations and humbly surrender in devotion to grace of the eternal, radiant, formless ocean of love. It has to do with our willingness to be so honest with ourselves, because it is only through our honesty we are able to transcend any limitations that obstruct the true nature of our radiant being. So here in this section there is some further information about this book, and that it is created to remind us that the existence is throbbing with the radiance of divine. And yes, it is our responsibility to awaken, to return to the source of the divine self within. And once the source is awakened or reawakened in you, you will be reminded how beautiful it is to immerse in the love and bliss of the source, of the eternal, blissful, beloved light. So in chapter 1, this is truly an invitation to your divine nature. So the book starts with an invitation. An invitation is there to open an opportunity and a possibility for everyone and anyone, no matter the background, no matter where one is coming from, what particular lineage or religion, like it really does not matter, because this book is a book full of openness, it's a book full of heart. And for anyone that has that receptivity and openness to receive what one truly needs, the intelligence of the divine and the intelligence of the universe too, it always gives us exactly what we need, exactly what is necessary in the present. This invitation to your divine nature, here you'll see a few other topics, such as love is the core of everything. We will also explore in this book how to reclaim the divine power within you, because we are so familiar. We have reclaimed so much worry, for example. We have claimed so much anxieties and sadness and angers or fears, and it is time to reclaim the divine power back within you. Another topic is the desire for love, and how that is the underlying current for a lot of things that we do in life. It's about this undercurrent that is always there, this desire for love. And another topic is about divine nature, which that also points to yourself and the journey to our divine nature, and how along the path we find certain obstacles or distractions, and so that we can become aware of what is distracting us from our own journey into our own divine nature. Another topic we'll explore is about learning to let go of everything to gain everything. So what this really means is by surrendering, by letting go of what we think is right, by letting go of the certain righteousness or rigidity or fixations of particular ways. These are great obstacles that really hinder our return to the source, return to the divine. So when you lose everything, in that instance is when you become everything, you gain everything. That is also related with the next topic, with bhakti, the path of devotion, and the play of divine and the ordinary. What I've seen in myself and in others is that when 2 feet are then in the spiritual and 2 other feet are then in the ordinary, there is quite some great anchoring, grounding, and these two start to merge together. And at some point, there remains no slight sense of separation. It becomes one, because divine is one. So there is not this nor that, or judging the present moment of an ordinary or a divine, because when all separation fades away, then every moment is divine. Even in the ordinary, divine is here. And that's beautiful. It's just so beautiful to witness as a divine being, and yet being so ordinary as well. So this brings us to the next topic of opening to divine spiritual life, merging our humanness with the divine, the life divine, and the giving power back to the divine, surrender and devotion, and this dissolving of the sense of I into the boundless love. Yes, this is when all and the dissolution takes place, and all that remains is that ocean, eternal ocean, an emanation of God, the boundless love, and the divine omnipresence, which is everywhere, within everyone, and all it requires for all of us to stop, to be willing and honest, to look at oneself in the most naked, most humble, most loving of ways. So this chapter 1 is is an invitation, a great opportunity to really set the space, so to speak, of the book. In chapter 2, then here we discuss about love, because love can have many meanings to people, isn't it? Love can mean a lot of different things, depending on their level of consciousness, and depending on their past, depending on what they've been through. So in this topic, we really explore, what does love really mean to you? Let's unravel that. Let's go beyond labels, beyond duality, and even checking in how truly honest you are with yourself. We also explore the desires, because desire for love on the lower realms can also be quite an obstacle to move forward on your path. To explore the deeper goals and desires, and we'll explore the imprint of love through early experiences, because that creates a filtering through our childhood, teenagers, adulthood, and unless we do our healing and inner inquiry, these filters need to dissolve so that we can truly awaken to divine love. So we have a guided reflection here as well, and in this book you will find some guided reflections and some meditation practices as well, and this was a really nice balance and combination where you can read, pause, reflect, and even meditate. So that is chapter 2. In chapter 3, here we have the 12 states of the heart. So if you have not yet ever heard me talk about this, the 12 states of the heart was an inspiration that birthed from the levels of consciousness as a navigation of the 12 states of the heart through the path of love. So here you have all these 12 states, from emotional love to absolute love, with meditation, with some guided reflections, so that you can have a look at all aspects of how love can look like according to the states of the heart, which is also very beautiful and has this a feminine approach to it, and a soft approach. Then chapter 4, it's about divine intimacy. So here we will reflect of what you are intimate with, because many times we don't realize that we are so engaged with thoughts, engaged with worries, engaged with doubt. Yes, so this topic, it's to reflect, to really check in with yourself. What are you intimate with? Because this is an inquiry. It's a good way to unhook your focus and attention from the things, the content that you've become so familiar with that it may be normal for you. Like maybe, for example, you're intimate with energy. You're constantly engaging with energy. Thus, you are intimate with energy and not with source. So this is the exploration of this topic. And selflessness as a path to the divine self. Because selflessness, in my experience, this way of being selfless takes part or moves through me, so to speak. I've witnessed and seen that how beautiful it is when you practice being selfless is because the ego I is dissolved or bypassed, so to speak, meaning if you're having some issue with something when this ego I rises up and it gives you some problems, it stands up for something in particular. But yet, if you become aware of that and you set an intention to become selfless in that moment, you'll find yourself working through that obstacle so much quicker, swifter, with so much love and devotion, because selflessness brings that transparency. It's not about me, it's not about myself. There's nothing being inflated here or nothing important about me. You become this transparent, selfless being that nothing is sticking to the ego I. And that's what is being discovered on the topic. Another is about the power of compassion. Compassion for oneself is the key as well to overcome the ego I, because many times I've witnessed so many people suffer unnecessarily because, for example, they are really hard on themselves. They're really pushing, they're really breaking themselves down, or not really being attentive and loving enough, being compassionate enough. And compassion is another beautiful practice and energy to work with, because that surely will dissolve a lot of issues in the heart, even through the soul. It is a very beautiful way of living. And here we have also about Anandamayi Ma. I really wanted to bring forth her presence, and I know many people here are so connected with Anandamayi Ma, and yes, she has been with us for many years, and yes, this book has been consecrated even. And with the presence of Anandamayi Ma and Meher Baba and Mindo and Satya and Sai Baba and Sai Baba of Shirdi, so many beings have been with me through this whole journey of this creation. And so it's also good to mention that this book is consecrated. It is offered, every part, every energy given, it's just offered to the highest. So it's a selflessness of a beingness that came through with the support of these loving divine souls. In chapter 5, this is about opening to love. Here it has a lot of healing aspects dedicated to many people, even starting on their spiritual journey. And so that can touch a lot of healing aspects, but also bringing attention to the focus and attention and transcendental okayness, what that truly means. And will shine the light on the channel of bliss and the eternal force of love. The true love knows no difference, and living closer to the divine. As above, they are more related to healing and transformation. I really wanted to bring together like everything related to love. Of course, from the highest aspect, from divine nature, but also for someone new, just starting, and needs to find some grounds there. We start from emotional healing. We start from that level. So I just felt that it was necessary to have a complete spectrum of what is necessary to open to divine nature. We can't jump or skip any steps. We all have to go through certain processes and deepen along the journey. So that was the intention there. So I find that this book can be a gift to anyone, at any birthday, or anyone who simply wants to connect with love, with their heart, even at an early stage of their spiritual journey. Chapter 6 is about integration of the soul, some topics about presence of the soul, deeper realizations, the guiding light of the soul, and some meditation as well. And then chapter 7 is about relationships beyond dualities. It's about looking at oneself really and truly, and it is true that, and even through the other, one may start to transcend dualities, keeping expectations open, really knowing what authentic intimacy is, because when that is truly present, this relationship disintegrates. From two, we become one. A relationship has always some efforts. There is me and there is you. But what is beyond me and you is what we can see or feel. There is the essence of being. And when we are moving from the essence of being, you do not see two anymore. You do not see relationship anymore. Like all of that dissolves. Nothing remains of any slight form of separation. So this is what this chapter is about, is looking at relationships beyond dualities as a pathway towards your freedom, about non-dual freedom, beyond you, beyond me, beyond the narrative. And then there's also a guided reflection. And the last chapter here, chapter 8, is divine love relationship. So then we move into how do we cultivate a relationship with divine? How do we do that? So here we'll explore the returning to the divine eternal home. We'll explore the perfection of divine will, and how the melting of the veils may occur into the divine nature and the living presence of the divine within. And beyond the five senses is the path to the divine and the thirst for love divine. Relationship with divine, it's how the book ends. As a way, how do we relate with divine? And of course, that can only happen from within us when we are truly one with God, one with divine. So this is, in a nutshell, this book. Here there is some biography, a bit more in-depth biography, and about divine love transmissions and consciousness transmissions. And here we have a section about experiences of people and openings, and about the new humanity, divine Marga, and at the end, how we can further support you in your awakening and journey. This is Divine Love book, and yes, it is now available on Amazon, both hard cover and paperback, and also on Kindle. So I really extend my heart and soul into that book, and I hope you can really feel that as you are one with it.